Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to each of you on your nominations, and thank you for being here today. And I know we're going to have some questions that'll come to you as QFRs, so we would ask that you address those. Judge Hall, I want to come to you. I think this work with David Weiss is something that you've heard us go back to. Senator Graham asked you about that, and you said you had no information, participated in no way in that investigation. Is that accurate?
That is accurate, Senator.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you have any knowledge of or any communication with the two IRS whistleblowers, Gary Shapley and Joseph Ziegler?
Senator, when I read about that whistleblowing in the news, I had no recollection of ever having met either individual.
Okay. Would you like to check your records and be sure you had no communication with them? And we'll put that in a QFR for you to give you the opportunity to double
Certainly,
check
Senator.
those records. Thank you very much. Judge Mahalcik, if I may come to you. We've had some discussion about the Spanier case, and I want to return to that because we're quite sensitive to this issue. In this committee, the president nominated Michael Delaney for a position. Mr. Delaney ended up withdrawing his nomination, and it all came down to his hardball tactics with a young woman, and this was in a sexual assault case. So it is, first of all, perplexing that we have another nominee before us who has a questionable ruling in a case, which we have in your ruling, and dealing with the role of Mr. Spanier's conviction of endangering the welfare of a child during his role as president of Penn State. So this comes across as lack of respect for children and the rule of law, and Senator Kennedy laid out very well how the court came back to you, and the Third Circuit actually said and wrote, and I'm quoting again, that you did not examine this case closely. And therefore, talk for about 30 seconds. If you don't examine cases closely, and if you have a record, a high rate of reversals, then how do we expect you, as you move to the court, to be more careful in your job and more careful in your decision making?
Senator, my rate of reversal in considering the body of my work over the last 10 years, including all civil and criminal decisions, is less than 2%. Most of the decisions reference...
You're not answering my question. All right, let's put it like this. How do we know you're going to be able to fulfill your duties as a judge? When we look at this, and the Third Circuit has written that you did not examine this case closely. This was a pretty high-profile case, and they called you down about that, and they reversed you in your decision. So how do we know you'll do your job? And how do we know what your method of statutorial interpretation is with the record that you've had?
Senator, the bulk of my record over the last 10 years reflects cases that have been either not appealed or sought reconsideration of by the parties before me, and I think that evidences a trust by the bar and the public in my work The bulk of my work that has been appealed has been affirmed by the district court and by the Third Circuit. And I think that that exhibits a basis for having faith in my work when there has been a reversal.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think you were right or wrong in the Spanier case?
Senator, the Third Circuit said that I
No,
got...
that's not what I'm asking. I said, were you right or were you wrong?
Senator,
What led you to make that decision?
when I approached that case like I approach any case before me, I carefully read the parties' briefs. I had open and engaging argument with the parties.
Do you think you were right or wrong?
When I issued that decision, I thought I was doing it correctly. The Third Circuit found that I did it incorrectly, and I read that
After
decision.
they reversed you, did you agree with their reversal?
Yes, I would stand by what the
Okay.
Third Circuit has
Thank you,
said.
Mr. Chairman.